Hey everyone, ArdrethShadow here, and welcome back to Doki Blue Skies. So previously, I was saving next to the closet, and I had somehow managed to change fate. Kind of. I'm still working for Santa Claus, but Natsuki didn't become a criminal. And her dad is still abusing her. But never mind that, now we're doing book talks. Natsuki, meanwhile, walks over to me at the desk near the closet. Hey. Hey! Hey. How's your day been so far? Alright, I guess. You? It's been alright. You know, aside from the giant ogre with the sword running around, and the sun staring at me with an angry face. Otherwise, yeah, it's fine. Oh, and don't forget about the moon. The moon has been looking very sad lately. So, what book do you have? I found this really good series about a high schooler who's secretly a psychic. Okay, well, I'm gonna have a lot of deja vu moments here because it's like, didn't we talk about this already? Really? Do you have it with you? Yeah, one sec. Because we talked about this in the other dimension, which is what I'm calling the other endings. There was even an anime about it. Natsuki rummages through her bag, then pulls out a familiar-looking manga. Oh yeah, I've read that one before. It's really good. And it's totally not Mob Psycho 100. You get to the end yet? No, what happens? Everyone dies. Okay, no. I won't spoil anything, but I guarantee you're not going to enjoy it. Okay, yes, we've had this conversation before, just in a different time and place. We weren't anywhere near the closet. What? Why? Does someone die or something? No. Everyone dies. You'll see. Yeah, I even made the joke like, you'll see, and then he said it after I did. No, of course no one dies. It's a comedy after all. It just ends a big cliffhanger. Or rather, ended on a big cliffhanger. It's been over for a couple months now. I'm still mad about the ending, but what can you do? Just like me and Pet Girl of Sakura-so, or Sakura House. That ended on a cliffhanger, kind of. Well, it ended in the middle of the beginning of their second or so year, and then they're introducing all these brand new characters, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh hey, it's the last episode! And then the author apparently never wanted to continue it because he didn't care anymore. So the anime stopped, because the light novel series stopped. So then it's like, what the actual hell? You make me fall in love with these characters and go through, or see their journeys as they mature and kind of get to know each other better and develop these strong bonds, and then all of a sudden it's like, pfft, yeah, screw you. Anyways. Hey, are you paying attention? Oh yeah, sorry, I was just thinking about one of my favorite light novel series slash anime shows that got cancelled because the author stopped caring. And it makes me so angry. And yet Sentai Filmworks just recently gave it an English dub. Which means someone must care. Huh? What? Who? Where? Why? How? Natsuki scoffs. I said, do you have any of the other volumes I can borrow? I don't want to waste my money on manga. Money? Pay? Oh right, I almost forgot about my gift for Natsuki. Alright, I actually forgot about this too, so this is gonna be new to me. Yeah, I have a couple of them. But, while we're on the topic of money, oh, we're gonna pay her off. I have something for you. It's a banana! No. You can buy a banana with this though. Yeah, you see, deja vu. It's like, didn't I make this joke already? Huh? What are you talking about? You know what I'm talking about. 1 second. Well, no, she doesn't. I reach into my backpack and pull out the envelope with all my money in. Here, this is for you. Because I know your dad is a Yakuza boss, so I'm gonna pay him my protection money. Suspicious, Natsuki takes the envelope. Her face turns a whole new shade of red when she opens it. What the... Daniel! What? What do you mean, what? I can't... Ugh, follow me. Yes, dear. Natsuki stands up, grabs me by the arm, and drags me out of the club room, with my feet dragging on the floor. Hey, wait, where are you guys going? No. Just give us a second. Alright. Monika, it's not what you think. Daniel, what the hell? What? It's a gift. Special delivery. I'm your delivery boy. Okay, what? 25,000 yen? Where did you get this? Mom gave it to me. And according to his logic, I have to give it all to you. Even though she said save some of it for Natsuki. Like I said, I'm never gonna let that go. I'm just here like, why are you so stupid? Just why? And it's even more shameful because I slapped my name onto you. She always gives me money to buy food and stuff while she's away. But I want you to have it. You need it more. I can't take this. I just can't. What? Why not? 'Cause I don't need it. I'm perfectly fine. I don't need money. Stop trying to help me for once. This is yours, not mine. To say I'm surprised is an understatement. I was fully expecting her to take it without hesitation, but instead she's declining it. Natsuki. Natsuki, please take it. For the last time, I don't need it. When was the last time you had a full meal? Was it more than a week ago? Natsuki says nothing, instead opting for a meek nod. That's what I thought. Jesus. You do see my point, though, right? You see why I'm giving this to you. Yes. Then why don't you want it? I don't deserve it. What? I don't deserve it, Daniel. You've done so much for me, and I haven't done anything for you in return. No, that's not true. You've talked bad about me. You fought with me. You made me feel guilty about trying to look out for my best friend. Especially after you were being all two-faced and telling my best friend, oh no, it's fine, you guys are best friends, and... Well, you know, if you want my whole spiel, just go watch the other video, because I'm pretty much repeating myself at this point. I can't, Daniel. Natsuki. Natsuki, it's not about deserving anything. Listen, I love you. I love spending time with you. Hearing about your day, cooking food with you, watching anime, discussing manga. All that stuff seriously makes me the happiest guy in the world right now. I know you have problems at home. And I hate how I really can't help you much. I don't know how to deal with your dad, and I can't just sitting by not doing anything to help you. You do help me though, dummy. Whenever I come over to your house, I can just forget about all that crap at home. Yes, but I want to do more. I want more. But I shouldn't. This money will help you guys. Or it will land the dad in jail and Natsuki in a body bag and my heart on the floor while my eyes are crying out like there's no tomorrow. I just know it will. No, you don't. I'm only saying this because I know what will happen. And I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm just doing what the people who left comments in other videos and whatever said to do. And all I want is to see you safe and happy. What did I deserve? What did I do to deserve a lovable idiot like you? Abso-freaking-lutely nothing. Who knows? Yeah, who knows? In one swift motion, Natsuki drops the envelope and wraps her arms around me. I love you too, Daniel. Stop staring at me like that! Okay, you're not. Thank you. So much. Anything for you. Because I'm yours. Okay, I don't have Gloria Stefan's beautiful voice. Now, are you gonna take it? Yes. I know exactly what to do with it. Hire an attorney. Will you be okay, though? Don't worry about me. I've got ways of supporting myself. Natsuki chuckles lightly. You sound like an actual adult. High school does that to you, I guess. Yeah. Natsuki loosens her grip and pulls away from me. Meanwhile, Monika, Sayori, and Yuri are all staring at the window, all like with their faces crunched up against the glass. Natsuki picks up the banknotes off the floor and puts them back into the envelope. Right as she finishes, I hear the club door open. Natsuki? Daniel? You alright out here? Oh, it's fine. I was just paying Natsuki the protection money I owe her. What? Yes, we're fine. We were just talking about relationship stuff. AKA bungee jumping. At least, before you interrupted us. Oh, sorry about that. I thought you two had snuck off somewhere or something. Monika, I told you, it's not like that. Well, just making sure you two were alright. Monika, no! Come back as soon as you're done. Stupid sexy Monika! I guess we should go back to the book talks. Yeah, probably. Otherwise Monika's dirty mind is gonna keep running. And who knows what goes on in Monika's dirty mind. Well, I know what goes on in the dirty mind of the Monika After Story Monika. There's a reason why I call that Monika Stupid Sexy Monika. Well, come on, we don't have all day. Alright, alright. Coming, dear. Right behind you. Okay, well... What the hell have I done? Let's see. Is Natsuki still going to die? Or what? Ugh, it's just eating at me inside. Ugh. I close the door behind me, stopping the chilling night air from stealing the warmth from my house. Throwing my work bag onto the sofa, I collapse after it. It's well after 9 p.m. I can't believe how long that took. Even talking is a strain, considering how dry my throat is. If I could get up and walk to the kitchen, I would. Unfortunately, that doesn't appear to be an option for me right now, because I'm dead tired. I feel like Saitama. Inside, I'm panicking. How is it even possible to be so busy? It's only a convenience store, for God's sake. I scream at the universe, cursing the cruel gods that laid this lot upon me. Well, to be fair, you have done that yourself. Unfortunately, no one appears to be listening. I'm listening. And in a sense, you could kind of think that I'm a god of this universe. Me and Monika. And I'm cursing right back at you, saying, "You're the one who asked for this, you dumbhead!" I should check my phone. Rolling over, I lazily unzip my bag and reach for my cell phone. Crap, I've got like 6 missed messages. All from Natsuki. That's not good. As I look through them, They seem innocent enough. Just seeing how my day was, how work went, etc. Though I know better. I think I know her well enough now to understand that she's missing me. Damn it! Why can't I just be there for her? Like I said, your anger and your lust for money have already done that for you yourself. That's what I promised, isn't it? Reinvigorated, I start typing a response. Okay, well, so far, if she's not gonna come breaking through the door, or, well, figuratively breaking through the door after her dad abused her, well, then this is already a different path. Okay, yeah, this is yeah, it's already a different path. Hey. Yeah, work went well. I got slammed, and only just got home. Slam, slam, oh hot damn. She's probably asleep by now, so I won't hear back from her. Or you'll probably hear back from her in just a hot second, depending on how this goes. Oh. But to my surprise, only after only about a minute, my phone goes off. See what I tell you. Although it wasn't in the hot second way that I thought it was going to be. Okay. That's all you have to tell me? Well, I guess being real for a moment, I can't stand answers like that. Just, okay. Like, it almost makes me feel like you don't care. Especially, like, if I'm telling you, like, my actual feelings and whatever and how I am. You're like, okay, sure, whatever. Cool story, bro. Like, at least show me that you care. Or, well, I mean, maybe that's just Natsuki, but to me, I just feel like I don't like one-word answers like that. Not even okay, just, okay, sure, whatever, bye. I hate this. I hate this too. I know I brought it on myself, but honestly, it's been over a week since I actually sat down and had a conversation with Natsuki. You're right. You've brought this upon yourself. The late nights mean we can't even text properly to keep in touch either. Never mind the fact that I just got sent the K of death. You see, that's what I'm talking about. At least, if it were my relationship, I would not feel comfortable just getting one-letter answers like that. But I had no idea that they actually called it the K of death. I can't stop this feeling of loneliness. I sigh, dropping my phone to bounce off the sofa and thud onto the floor. Slowly, I rise, trudging over to the kitchen. If I had the energy, I'd just go and visit her now. Even if that would get on her dad's nerves, I just don't care anymore. You haven't seen what her dad is capable of. It'll be you in that body bag next time, and then God knows what'll happen to Natsuki. Well, I say that, but knowing what her dad's capable of... You don't know what he's capable of. You have no idea. What you saw before, with her bleeding and the bruises and the black eye, that was nothing. That was just scratching the surface. He's capable of far much worse. But I just want to see her, to know she's doing okay. I can't explain the feeling. It's like powerlessness. Welcome to my world. It's like that's how I felt in my first miserable attempt at a relationship. Yeah, that's it. I want to visit her, to see her, to feel my fingers run through that soft pink hair again. You're yearning for that touch, that sense of intimacy, but you can't have it because you're separated physically. And even speaking to each other like this through texting, it's not enough. Like I said, I've lived through this. But most importantly, I want to tell her I love her. Not over text, but to her face. You know, especially because those words hold more meaning if you say it to that person when you're in the same room. Not Just, well, obviously you can tell I have strong feelings about that. I have strong feelings about relationships in general, you could say. I want to see her eyes light up for that split second after I tell her she's cute, before she pouts at me and stares at me all grumpy. Damn it. After grabbing my glass of water, I look at the calendar I've hung on the refrigerator. My next day off is this weekend. I'll see how Natsuki's doing on Saturday. Well, let's see how that goes for you. And, as if to read my mind, the phone goes off from the living room. What are you doing Saturday? Funny you should ask that, lol. It's my day off, so I was hoping we could hang out. Yeah, that sounds great. What do you want to do? Bungee jumping. The weather is nice these days, so maybe we could chill at the park or something. Man, it's like this is actually making a world of difference already. Sure thing. What time? You're not gonna force me to go to the store that you shoplifted, which is also where I work, are you? 9? Geez, that's early. I'll say. Then again, I'm not an early person at all. That eager to meet me, eh? Lol. Yes. You should have seen what he was saying in his monologue earlier. Yes, actually. Dummy. Alright, cool. See you there. See ya. Well, that's something to look forward to. Just gotta get through the next few days. 'Cause everybody's working for the weekend. No. Everybody's looking for some... Okay, whatever. At long last, the day is finally here. I guess nothing of any significance happened whatsoever. I find myself throwing the covers off, waking up long before my alarm. It may be 5:30 in the morning, but that won't stop me. I have power! I practically bounce into the shower, taking up extra time to soak and clean up every part of my body. My breakfast is made in a flash, and I'm suited up, waiting on the couch. Okay, well you're gonna be waiting at least another 3 hours or so. 6:15. Still 3 hours before I see Natsuki for the first time in over a week. What'd I tell you? This is agony. I've been waiting for what seems like weeks. Time just refuses to move at a reasonable pace, I swear. Looking at my watch again, it reads 6:20. Would she mind if I were early? Yes? No, now is way too early. She's probably not even up yet. It's like, you can go to the house if you have a death wish. Or maybe she's as excited as I am. Oh my god, no, stop, you idiot. But she'd be texting me if that were the case. Maybe she has. Or maybe she hasn't. So, checking my phone for the third time in 30 seconds, I see... nothing. Obviously. I couldn't help it. It's still well over an hour away, but here I am, waiting at the meeting spot. Oh, this is nice. I think I've seen this in either Doki Doki Rain Clouds or New Eyes. Oh, there's another one for you. I mentioned another mod. 2 of them, technically. There's still a small glimmer of hope in me that Natsuki will be here, but all I can do is wait. At least I think it was those mods. I wish she'd hurry up. A tap on my shoulder, almost seemingly in response to my comment, sends me whirling around. It's still an hour away, dummy! Well, who's the bigger fool here? The fool or the fool who follows him? Natsuki! I break into a grin that stretches from ear to ear. I missed you. I missed you too. So, since we're both here, want to start early? May as well. It's not like I was going to wait around for you or anything anyway. Dummy. I, had stuff I was going to do beforehand, but that can wait. She says that, but she was probably planning on getting here before me. Yep, obviously. We start walking, heading for nowhere in particular. Oh boy, that's my favorite place to go. I have so many questions I want to ask her, but I can't decide on which one to ask first. Beef or chicken? Okay, no. It feels like forever since I had a conversation with my girlfriend. Are you still my girlfriend? Luckily, I didn't have to decide. So, have you been keeping up at work? I can't help but chuckle. It's an odd question to lead off with, which just proves that she's as anxious as I am about today. Yeah, I have been. The hours are pretty long, but I can't complain about the pay. The boss gave me a pay rate of 50 yen last week. He says I've been doing an awesome job, and he's really happy with me. What about your work around the shop? Well, it's hard work with my dad, but I guess he's trying. I raise my eyebrows, prompting her to continue. Go on. I mean, he cooks food and makes sure there's stuff in the fridge now, so that's already way better than it used to be. What about the drinking and, well, the abuse? To be honest, I don't really know how well he's doing since he's not home most of the time now. Wait, what? Isn't that bad? No, I don't mean it in that way. He started going to AA meetings and usually sleeps over at his friend's house, so I really only see him at work. He has friends? Didn't you guys talk in the shop though? Or don't you guys talk in the shop though? I mean, we talk about superficial stuff when we're working, but like, how are we supposed to talk about all the stuff he did, you know? Good question, good point there. Hey, Dad! You remember the time you beat me so badly that, yeah, you see, it's like, well, obviously I'm doing it in a very sarcastic way, but, yeah, point being, it's like, considering the matter and how serious it is, you know, because it's abuse and actual harm to someone. Yeah, it's like, how do you even... You can't just lightly tread around that kind of stuff. You just can't. What are we gonna do? Chat about his alcoholism while checking out the customers? So, how many beers did you have this week? Hey Dad, remember when you were so messed up you beat me? By the way, which aisle is the toilet paper on again? Okay, you see? See, Natsuki's already like, she's beating me to the punch here. When you say it like that... Yeah, exactly, it's like, do you really want to talk about stuff like that? She snorts in derision. Using humor as a coping mechanism never fails, I guess. I do it all the time, clearly. IRL. But what I mean is, do you guys ever have any serious conversations about it at all? A strange expression passes over Natsuki's face. It's like she's visibly struggling to decide how she feels about her dad. Well, I don't know how we'd have a serious I don't know how we'd have a serious conversation, or at least how it'd start. It's just too weird talking to him about hitting me and drinking and everything. To be fair, it's weird even questioning his authority to his face. I tried to talk about it once or twice, but I always felt like there was something stuck in my throat that stopped the words from coming out. That's a pretty normal reaction, I'd say. Do you think you'd consider some kind of family therapy with your dad, though? I don't know. Maybe someday? Don't laugh, but I do miss the old days of being in a happy family. There's nothing to laugh at in that. I mean, it's like, I miss my old days of being in a happy family, so... To the point where sometimes I wish I could experience that again, but... Because those were very positive, blissful memories I have, especially with my mother. Which unfortunately just all started kind of going to pot later on, and, well, I'm not going to go into that. Hey, why would I laugh at that? Don't question it. This is all just really weird to talk about, okay? Okay, I get it. Just so you know, nothing you say is weird, or within its context, that is. Yeah, so, It feels like Natsuki's unraveling before my eyes, the way the current conversation topic is frazzling her. You good? We don't have to talk about this right now if you don't want to. It's fine. I'm in a venting mood anyways. Well, if you say so. But like I said, you can stop talking at any time. Okay, jeez. I can handle just talking about this stuff. Anyway, what were we talking about again? Bungee jumping. I think you were saying something about the past. Oh yeah, that. It'd be nice to have a functional family again, but everything's obviously changed too much for it to go back to the way it used to be. So therapy? Well, maybe when my dad for sure has his drinking under control. But when will that be? You'll give it a definite maybe, huh? Yep. There's not much time for therapy right now anyway. We're both working and he has tons of stuff to work on still. Oh, you said he's staying somewhere else too, right? I assume it's because he doesn't want to hit you anymore. He's doing it to find better headspace or something, which I'm happy about, of course. Plus, it'd be great if he actually fixed his anger management issues. And, this is gonna... Okay, this is gonna sound really weird and sad. What's up? You know I won't judge. This is a no-judgment zone here. Natsuki sighs but keeps talking anyway. I don't know, it's kind of freeing to not have to live in fear that my dad's gonna come home. Damn, that is depressing to think about. But this is what Natsuki's been forced to deal with. The one place that should have been her sanctuary was instead her prison. I used to feel this cold spike shoot down my spine whenever I heard his keys jingling at the front door. Guess that was adrenaline. Oh, and dread. A hanging, looming sense of dread. Natsuki, thanks for sharing all this. I really care about you, and I'm happy that you feel comfortable enough to open up to me. Yeah, thanks. Like I said, I'm in a venting mood. What Natsuki's been telling me has all been hopeful news, and I'm really praying that her dad will keep receiving treatment. Still, a part of me can't help but worry about him relapsing. Yes, there is always that risk. And we know what could possibly happen if he does. Hey, do you mind telling me... You'll tell me if your dad gets worse again, right? Like, if he stops going to AA meetings and stuff? Yeah, I will. Don't worry. If anything happens with him, his AA sponsor will probably get in contact with me too. Besides, the friend he's crashing with is keeping close tabs on him, so he'll probably stop my dad from doing anything too bad. Man, how does your dad still have a friend like that? That's what I'm saying. Considering this guy sounds like absolute human garbage, how can anyone still care about him? No offense, Natsuki. He's an old family friend. He was actually my mom's friend first, so he doesn't want to see me get hurt. Okay, well, thank God for people like that out there. Obviously, well, this whole idea about abuse and all that is obviously, like, it's a very... I have very strong feelings about it as well, especially if episode 10 or... Yeah, I think it was episode 10 wasn't enough, how I practically lost it. Anyways. That's why he offered up his guest room when my dad asked. Dang. This is what support systems are for, I guess. Yes, you need a good support system. If you want to have any hopes of trying to get through anything. Whether it be family, friends, even, hell, even some therapist or whatever. Anybody to talk to. Yeah, we're honestly really lucky. The conversation peters out as we both digest everything that's happened in the last few months. Speaking of friends, how's the club? It's not closing down, is it? To lighten the mood again, I elect to mention our own friends. It'd probably be a good change of pace for Natsuki to talk about more casual things. You know, assuming that the club isn't gonna close down. Well, Sayuri's been showing up a little less. She's got a lot of schoolwork, apparently. A likely story. A story that I know all too well. That's news to me. What about Monika and Yuri? Yuri's been mostly the same, honestly. Still really stuck up. But... She offered last week to help me with poetry if I show her what I've learned. She... what? Oh my god, Yuri is showing some actual character development? Man, did not see that coming. Yuri's opening up to Natsuki? Next thing you're gonna tell me is that Monika's gonna confess her love to me and we're gonna get married. Well, not in this universe, obviously. In this universe, my heart belongs to Natsuki. Yeah, it was weird. Like, now you admit that I'm better? Jeez, tell it to someone who cares. Tell it to the judge. No, Natsuki, I don't think that's what she... forget it. One day they might see eye to eye. 'Cause if we listen to each other's heart... And... damn it, I wish I could remember how that song goes. Metaphorically, at least. Not physically. Not without a box to stand on. Ah, snap! Laying down some sick burns. Yeah, don't say that to her unless you want to end up with your head chopped off and in a lake. Oh, great. So, we got cloudy skies and sad music. Hey, Daniel? Yeah? Are you... Am I what? Are you going to be able to come back to the club soon? I don't know, Natsuki. I just don't know. She's looking at the ground. I can't see her expression, but I can guess. It won't be until next year, I don't think. I've got a real mountain of bills that are racking up. Oh, jeez. Damn. I thought so. Why? Everything alright? I've been thinking about us and how you helped me. No, you're gonna break up with me, aren't you? You've done so much for me, and I don't deserve any of it. I really don't. I don't even know why you like me. Don't say anything, viewers. I know I've seen the comments, and it's like, yeah, well... And I even said to myself, like, to an extent, I would be able to stand by her, but once she starts, like, lashing out at me and my friends, so, hypothetically speaking, if I were in MC's shoes, you know, which, well, I kind of am, I would not be able to... I wouldn't really be able to deal with that unless it's like, you know, like, hold up here, time out, I need to put in my 2 cents here. I'm selfish, and I'm all messed up, and I never say how I feel? That is true, especially with that. And then sometimes I feel like you're a bit two-faced. Or, like, well, you say one thing and then you mean another thing, and it's like, which one is it? And when I do try to be honest, I can't explain anything well. I wish I could be different, but... She finally looks up at me. Her eyes shine with tears. I'm not. I'm just... me. And that's all you can ever be, is yourself. You can only be you. Just the one genuine, beautiful human being that is you. And I don't want to hurt you. Then at the very least, stop getting jealous about Sayori, because Sayori's not going to do anything. And this guy won't let her. It's like, I'm telling you now, even though, yeah, you can't hear me. What are you saying, Natsuki? What do you think I'm saying, Daniel? If we continue like this, it's only going to end up hurting the both of us. I mean, I've already held you back enough as it is. How? You know how. You helped me every time I needed it. You comforted me. You even freaking gave me money to live off of. You gave me all I ever wanted. And what have I done for you? Nothing. Actually, worse than nothing. You practically took Sayori away from me. Yeah, I read manga and bake stuff with you, but you also quit the club because of me. And I lost my best friend because of you. I'm not helping, am I? Yeah, I'm not helping. You had to stop doing stuff you liked so you could get a job for me. Honestly, if you dated someone like Sayori in the first place, you'd probably be happier. Well, I don't know about that. But I will see once I get to Sayori's route in another dimension. Heck, she'd be way more lovey-dovey and affectionate anyway. Not like how I'm always angry and jealous. Well, you would think that, wouldn't you? Tell me I'm wrong, Daniel. Tell me that I didn't make you sacrifice so much of your life. Oh, please do not make me say anything. For what might be the first time in my life, I am truly, utterly speechless. I can't tear my eyes away from Natsuki, who, despite the tears running down her face, makes no attempt to wipe them away. She's just standing there, waiting for my answer. Natsuki. I still myself. This is do or die. Emphasis on the die. Let me see. I saved this. Okay, I want to for sure keep that. Okay, I'll just... Yeah, there we go. Okay, well, let's see. I love you. I love you with all of my heart. You are my rock, and the person I treasure more than my own life. You have never, and will never, hold me back, because you are exactly what I strive to protect. I have never felt this way about anyone before, and I want to keep you close to me. I've been there for you because I care about you. No other reason. I don't care if you're jealous or dishonest or volatile or anything. None of that matters because you are perfect. I love you the way you are. And if it really is true love, you will accept that person. Their strengths, their flaws, everything about them. And you'll never ever try to change them or tell them to change anything about who they are. Because at the end of the day, it's who they are. It's practically in their freaking DNA. They're hardwired to be who they are. You either love that person the way they are or you don't. And of course, and if you don't, well, I guess pardon my French, but go out the door and just never ever look back. Especially because in some cases it's like you probably don't even deserve that person in your life. Especially if they're willing to put up with you and whatever. I wouldn't change anything about you. Not one thing. But I'm obviously not perfect. I'm a freaking victim of abuse and neglect. I know all that I'm messed up. Actually, it'd be even more weird if I wasn't messed up at all. And that's probably why you felt like you need to protect me, right? Oh, great. Don't tell me she's gonna try to make it sound like he's only like he's only doing this because he feels sorry for her or whatever. Hey, that's not what I meant. Daniel, I don't want you to feel like you're my guardian angel or something. I don't want you to feel any obligation to protect me, and I don't want to feel like a little kicked-up puppy myself. Don't get me wrong, I definitely appreciate everything you've done for me. What I don't want, though, is for you to save me. It's not healthy for either of us. If you have a savior complex, and I have to start doing stuff on my own before I get too dependent on you. Her words hit me like a freight train. Savior complex. Monika was talking about my supposed hero complex at one time, too. Huh. So then maybe that choice really did make a world of difference. Because if I hadn't gone to comfort Monika, she wouldn't have said anything. So here we are. Well then. Did she actually read the writing on the wall? No, she read the code, but that's another story. Can we work on it together, though? You're right. I shouldn't be trying to save you, but I can help you along the way without doing that. But that's the problem. I don't want to end up relying on others all the time for protection, and I don't want you to always live in fear that something bad will happen to me. I have to learn to be independent and stuff, and how to cope with things by myself. Natsuki, I get it, or as much as I can get this sort of thing. I just don't want to completely hang you out to dry. Just so you know, I never placed blame on you for anything. I do things for you because I love you. That's it. But even though you say that, I think I'll always feel in debt to you. I'll always feel guilty and like I owe you for everything. Look, there I go again, making everything about me. I'll say this however many times you need to hear it. You don't owe me anything. Everything I've done has been of my own free will, just out of love for you. Even if you say that, I can't change how I feel that easily. That's exactly why... Don't say it. I have to do this. Don't say it. Daniel, I need you to listen to me. No, I can't hear you. Lolly lule lo, lolly lule lo, la 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 la. Always. We haven't been talking. Not for a long time. I know. So... Damn it, I told you don't say it! So I think it would be healthy if we took a step back. Now that we put everything out there, now that you know how I feel, and I know how you feel, I think we need some time apart to focus on ourselves. And our work situations are giving us the perfect opportunity to do that. Okay, if you think it's best. As much as I hate to say it, she's right. When did she get so much more mature than me? I can't fathom what she's going through right now, and if she needs to take time to figure it out herself, who am I to force myself into her problems? Yeah, I guess time to take a step back from the savior complex, I suppose. This is a matter of trust. I just have to trust that she knows what's best for herself. Besides, she's also right in saying that we haven't been talking much lately. Yeah, you with your K of death. But can we agree that this is just a break? Like Ross said, until we've sorted out our personal stuff and our work schedules realign. Yeah, but there's one thing I want to say first. You hate me. What's that? Daniel, I love you. Please don't forget that. I was close. Well, no, I was about as far off as you could get. And with those parting words, she turns away. Those are some pretty heavy parting words, and I'm not gonna lie. Let me read that again. It's like you say that to someone if you're not gonna see them again. either for a long time or ever again. Like, just that delivery and just the whole setting here just makes it sound more foreboding. I'm left to stare at her back as she heads home. All I wanted was to see her again, and now it may be a long time before I get the chance to talk to her again. Yeah, not much I can say to that. The shelves, they call to me. The orphans, they need me. Feed me, they say, as they stand empty. But I, the master, remain unmoved. Nay, unshaken. As I fiddle with the pen in my hands, I ignore the pleas of the shelves, lost in thought. You are the ocean's great waves, destined to seek... Okay, no. I don't have Rena Strober's beautiful singing voice. I'm off in my own world, a world where I have as much time to spend with Natsuki as I want. And there's Pikachu. Scenes from the past replay in my mind as I run through all the different choices I could have made. Well, I can tell you right now, some certain choices would have ended very badly for Natsuki especially. But of course, every passing customer pulls me back to reality. No time for love! Here I am, standing amidst tins of red bean paste in bags of rice crackers. Away from the literature club, away from my friends, and away from Natsuki. I don't even know how long it's been since I've seen her. Weeks? Months? Years? Okay, well, not years. The only person I've had time to catch up with has been Sayori, but that's not much of a surprise. Well, hey, at least you're talking to her again. After all, she lives right next door. I'd have to actively try to avoid her to never see her. And then what the hell were you doing in the other two routes? Or the other two endings? Where you hadn't seen her in forever. And here he is like, I'd have to actively try to avoid her to never see her, and then... It's like, so then what the hell were you doing in the other two endings then? Because, like, especially in one of them, she hardly ever shows up at all, and then the other one, you only go to talk to her because Monika kind of sends you to go see her. Which, apparently, you hadn't seen each other for a long time, either. But, although I say that, she's really been going out of her way to walk me to school. She even started coming around to hang out more whenever I finished work early. Okay, well, see? At least you have your best friend back. According to her, Natsuki has barely been attending the club herself because of how much she's been working. I wonder if anyone's been checking up on Natsuki. It definitely gives me solace that Sayori cares enough to always make sure I'm feeling alright. So I hope Natsuki has someone like her. So I hope Natsuki has someone like her. Well, she did, but she broke up with him. Also, I never noticed that there was a sold out sign there. Anyways, what was I gonna say? And like, Sayori is definitely like good girlfriend material. Hell, good wife material. I don't care, fight me. I will defend Sayori until the end of time. Well, I guess Sayori was the one who introduced me to the literature club, so it's no wonder that she wants to make sure I'm keeping up my social life. Man, she's still the same after all these years. Always trying to brighten everyone's day. She's like a literal ray of sunshine in a sea of darkness. All while hiding a bit of darkness in her own heart as well. You know, I guess kind of reminds me of a saying, especially around the time when Robin Williams passed away. Which, His birthday was actually quite recently. But anyway, sometimes that when it comes to people with depression, that sometimes the people who have the brightest smiles are carrying the deepest sadness and whatever. And it's like Robin Williams was... he loved to make people laugh, and he was so energetic, and I just... well, I know a lot of my friends especially loved a lot of the stuff he did, especially in, of course, the Disney movies, or, well, any of the movies he was in that we watched, and then... so it was almost like, to hear that the way he... it was just a huge shock, and... and then it's just the fact that no one knew. Supposedly that no one really, at the very least, not right away, that anyone realized, well, he's going through this stuff, and but at the end of the day, he would always be, he would still try to be himself, and Sayori's kind of the same here. The way he would also try to brighten up other people's days, well, so does she. And now I'm getting emotional just thinking about it. I should really do more for her, especially since she's one of the few people keeping me sane nowadays. I wish it was the whole club. Sighing, I get out from behind the counter and start stalking. Today's been dead anyway, so I'm not too concerned. There's only a couple of minutes left of my shift before we close, so it's not much of a problem. By the time I finish stacking the shelves and helping a customer that came in at the last moment, it's closing time. I knock on the office door and let the boss know that I'm finished, and that I'll see him tomorrow. He waves me off, smiling as I go. Say bye-bye to my cruel master Santa Claus. Time to go get some sleep. I can't even be bothered reheating leftovers for dinner. Huh? What the hell? As I step outside the store, I see a familiar figure leaning on a post. Sayori or Natsuki? Neither! Monika? What the hell are you doing here? I thought you hated me. Or at least that's what the story notes say. You hate me and you think I'm an idiot! Which, I mean, he is an idiot, but that's neither here nor there. Yes, that's my name. Don't wear it out. Again with the sarcasm. Ugh. She waves, walking toward me. She's wearing a faint smile. Smug as always, I see. How have you been? It's been, what, 2 weeks? A month and a half. Same difference. Wait, that means exams are next week! Oh my god, I didn't study! Where's my pencil? I can see the faint smile grow as Monika sees my panic. You love this, don't you? It's like you're turned on by seeing my misery. What's wrong with you? You sadistic freak. Okay, no. What the hell am I even saying anymore? I'm guessing you haven't had time to study. Yeah, you love that, don't you? Yeah, not really. Between work and school, free time is a thing of the past. So, what brings you by? Here to rub it in my face? I straighten my clothes and offer her to walk with me. Walk with me, talk with me. I wanted to catch up, to be honest. It's been far too long. Ain't that the truth? Wait, did I just use ain't? To the president of the literature club. Because it's like my 4th grade teacher used to say, ain't a word. Heh. No! You think I'm an idiot and you hate me more now. Monika chuckles. Looks like she finds it mildly funny, at least. No, she hates me. It brings us to a stop at a vending machine. Okay, time to buy some potions and sit down on the blue bench, because I'm probably going to be fighting some stupid monster that's going to kill me like 5 times, and... Oh wait, wrong game. The coin I insert jangles merrily as it clatters through the machine. Why are you staring at me like that? After a moment, a can drops. I can see Monika raising an eyebrow from the corner of my eye. I offer the can to Monika. Black double espresso? There's no milk or anything in that. I don't remember you drinking coffee, let alone something that strong. I need the coffee to keep me going. That's why it's for you. Oh, hello. My, look at Mr. Smooth Operator over here. What makes you think I'll drink it? You're just trying to make me look like an idiot, aren't you? Why do you hate me, Monika? All I ever did was love you and profess my love to you in another universe, and even give you a promise ring, and give you God knows how many flavors of coffee that you never drink. Just a hunch, but I think I've known you long enough to know. Monika smiles. Monika smiles. Now she did. You know me almost too well then, Daniel. Thank you. Yeah, because in another universe, we've been dating for over a year. Don't mention it. So tell me, Monika, what can I help you with? It's like, what do you want? It's not like you to come seek me out, because I know how you feel about me in this universe. You wouldn't come all the way just to say hello, as much as you know I would appreciate the thought. Exactly. You're only coming here because you either want something from me, or because you want to tell me something. Too well indeed. I know you, Monika. Inside and... No. Careful. If you start noticing too much about me, a little someone might get jealous. Monika, no! Stupid sexy Monika. Your Honor, she's trying to seduce me! Just look at that! She's winking at me, and she knows that I love her eyes, and she's grinning at me now, nudging my arm as we walk once again. As she does so, she cracks open the can and takes a sip. I can't help but smile as she brings the can back down. I can tell from her expression that I made the perfect choice for her drink. Do you at least hate me a little less now? It also reminds me of a conversation I had with Natsuki several months ago. I'll have to tell her next time I get the chance. If I get the chance, I suppose. Oh, that's right, I hesitate. I probably shouldn't bring up the fact that we're on a break at the moment, now that I think about it. Because it's like Ross said, we were on a break! Unfortunately, as I hesitate, I also stop walking. We're not, Monika turns to face me, adopting a thoughtful expression. For a moment, realization seems to wash over her. I see. Well, you don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. Sad Monika. Happy Monika. But I am here if you need anything. Same for you. In fact, here's this ring I got you. Oh, Monika, I have a ring this big for you. It took me a long time to make it. Oh, no. It's like, we're not going there. I don't think you answered my question, Miss Monika, about why you're here. You've grown more insightful since you first joined the club, you know. Yeah. I may be stupid, but I'm not dumb. Although I guess that makes sense, given how you kinda have to read between the lines with Natsuki. Boy, ain't that the truth. There, now I'm saying it. But then, I always say ain't that the truth anyway. Honestly, don't worry about me. I just want to talk with you for a while. You want something from me, don't you? We don't get to do that much these days. Or who knows, maybe Monika does legitimately care about me. And I was wrong about her this whole time. You know, other than the note saying that she does kind of dislike MC for a while until she realizes, oh hey, this guy, he might be an idiot, but he's an idiot with the heart of gold, and I love him. Because he loves me. That's true. You've always been super busy. And now that I'm busy with a job myself, well, let's just say our schedules really conflict. On that note, though, how's the club doing? Don't tell me it's closing down. A wry smile passes over Monika's face. Monika, no! It's seen better days, if I'm honest. The ones with you in them, of course. I see what you're doing here. I chuckle. I'm sure, but that's not really what I'm asking. Sayori's been telling me that a few meetings have been cancelled lately. Oh, Sayori's kind of on the ball here. Monika winces a little. Sayori knows Monika. I really wish she wouldn't. I know she means well, but there's no point in bothering you with all that. It's not like you can do anything about it. It's just a little less lively without you and Natsuki. Wow. Natsuki was always the really loud one of the group, so it's a lot more quiet without her. Not that literature is a particularly loud subject. Still, it's a lot more empty with only 3 members in the club. And sometimes Sayori doesn't even show up. Monika, I'm sorry I can't be around anymore. No, you're fine, Daniel. Real life takes precedence for fun things. Yep. That's one thing that you learn. It's all a part of growing up. Sometimes you have to put fun things aside, because you have real shit to do. And it's not like Yuri, Sayori, and I don't get along. There's just less reason for the literature club to exist now, you know? What are you talking about? We've made our way from the store to a nearby park through the course of our chat. Honestly, this is really nice to just chat like this. However, I can't help but continue to why Monika's here. That's what I'm saying, and she's still kind of beating around the bush here. I stop to lean on the railing, admiring how different the park looks when it's dark and illuminated by the park lamps. Hey, Monika. She follows suit, joining me by the railing. You know, the breeze here is nice. It feels like it could carry you away at any moment. And yet, it doesn't. Instead, you just sort of float, somewhere between grounded and free-falling. And I'm free-falling. It's freeing, don't you think? Are you paraphrasing me? There's a chance. It's a chance! The art of poetry is originality, Daniel. You know that. Oh, but imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Ha ha ha. Well, anyways. You know, within reason. How? How? What is this? Is he turning into me? This is the second or third time that it's like I say something and then he says it himself. Either that, or maybe I just know how to do a witty banter with Monika since we've been dating for over a year. Yes, but imitation is a form of flattery, which is a form of wit. Therefore, paraphrasing is poetry. So let's do the math. If imitation is flattery, and flattery is a form of wit, Then... okay, I already lost it. I was gonna do something. Basically, poetry equals wit. Monika shakes her head, a smile somewhere between exasperation and laughter emerging. Still, I can't believe you remember that. I remember every special moment between us and... Okay. Oops, it sounds like I remember every moment between us. The simple moments that are sometimes the best moments. And honestly, really, like, I can remember some simple things that I've had with, or simple memories I've shared with my friends, and sometimes it's like, you remember that? It's like, yeah, I do, because, like, I just remember, like, well, I can't really explain right now, but I guess just take my word for it. Sometimes the simple things can be the best things, especially when you remember, like, off the bat, like, oh yes, I remember that time you did this, this, and that. So much has changed since the festival, hasn't it? Don't mention that name! I can hardly believe it's been almost 6 months since you joined the club. Neither can I. The festival seems like so long ago. And yet you still remember what I said on the rooftop. Okay, well, I guess that tears it. This whole... And now that I think about it, they were on the railing too on the rooftop. So the rooftop really was the key difference here. Like, damn. Who knew? Well, obviously somebody on the YouTube comments knew. I get another gentle elbow to the ribs. Yeah, well, you were the one who told him. Yeah, well, you were the one who told it to me. I wasn't going to forget it that easily. You didn't think it'd be that easy, did you? Monika pauses and looks at me, seemingly scanning my features. Oh my god, did I say something wrong now? You know, I can see why Natsuki's insecure in your relationship. What? What does that mean? What do you mean? Don't tell me you're totally clueless. Remember Valentine's Day? How do you know about Valentine's Day? Were you spying on me? For a moment, I'm taken aback by embarrassment. Natsuki told you about that? Well, she kind of ranted about it at the club a bit. Don't add a playful laugh at the end of this. What are you trying to say? Oh, jeez. Just so you know, we did talk about it a bit. So you still think I'm an idiot. Which, I mean, he is an idiot, but like I said, that's neither here nor there. So you've never had a serious conversation about it? We did. But it turned into an argument that ended with her leaving. And then some other stuff came up that was more important than that incident, so... Understatement of the century there. Monika sighs, crossing her arms. Alright, I get that life can get in the way of things. I know that full well. You should still take the time one day to talk to her about these things, though. Okay. You sound like my mom right now, with all the talk about communication. That's how you know I'm giving you good advice. So, does that mean you're Mommy Monika now? And damn it. Well, blame some of the Monika After Story videos I've seen, not me, that have called her that, or the comments and whatever. You do know why she felt insecure as your girlfriend, right? Explain it to him, because, well, I have some ideas, but I want to know what you say. Obviously, Sayori played a major part in this. Yeah, of course. After all, Natsuki explained it to me at the time. She felt like I was prioritizing Sayori over her on the one day that I should have done the opposite. You know, the day that was specifically meant for the two of you, in that sense.
That's right. Although it varies, most people differentiate their romantic feelings from their platonic ones through exclusivity.
So in other words, yeah, it's like there's a time and place for everything. And Valentine's Day was a time and place for you and Natsuki.
Exclusivity when it comes to spending time alone together, being intimate together, you name it. And it's pretty clear that Natsuki's the sort of person who values exclusivity a lot. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have any female friends just because you have a girlfriend. You just need to talk with Natsuki and hash out all the appropriate boundaries you need to set. And possibly maybe talk to Sayori a little bit about it too. Just a little.
Well, I would, but... Monika winces.
Sorry, Daniel. I forgot that you guys broke up.
Hold on, we're not broken... Oops. Oh, actually, no, I was reading it right. Hold on, we're not broken up. We're just on a break. Don't you watch Friends, Monika? It's like Ross said. I avoid Monika's gaze, well aware at the desperation that just seeped into my voice. Well, I guess to be fair, Ross became kind of desperate as well. So...
I see. All the more reason to think about what happened before in your relationship, right?
So basically to contemplate what went on in the relationship, what happened near the end of the relationship, mourn the relationship, and try to learn from the relationship. Like I said, I've been through there before. Guess so. There's one thing I don't get though. You said she values exclusivity, and I definitely get that vibe from her. But isn't being protective and caring and stuff all a part of that? That's what I thought, but when I tried to tell Natsuki that I'd always protect her, she pushed me away.
Daniel, remember how I told you to dial back the hero complex?
Up, here we go again. Yeah? Suddenly, Natsuki's voice rings through my head. The savior complex. There we go, savior complex. Guardian angel. That's how she thinks I see our relationship. But, to be honest, how much can I honestly refute that? I love her, I really do, but I also feel obligated to protect her from everything. And I guess that is why you fail. I really should have taken your words to heart more.
That's what I thought. Of course, I don't have all the details, but from what you two have told me, and judging from Natsuki's personality, I'm guessing that Natsuki doesn't feel respected most of the time.
Oh. So, in other words, she feels like he is treating her like a charity case, even though he obviously isn't trying to. Not on purpose. He does love her, but he also feels the need to protect her. But on the flip side of things, she feels like, you know, stop treating me like this, I'm an adult too, whatever, or I need to become an adult too. You get what I'm saying, I hope.
She definitely has a complex about being weak, and I don't think feeling like she constantly needs to be protected by others is helping matters.
Yeah. So it is like she doesn't like feeling like she has to be treated like a charity case.
Think about it. Wouldn't you hate being told you're too weak to even protect yourself properly?
Yeah, it almost feels like, in a sense, you're quite literally having your liberties and maybe even part of your humanity taken away from you. Almost like you're like some kind of pet that has to be kept in a cage. Like, here's my hamster Natsuki, I'm gonna keep her safe from the world around her. Because she's so little and defenseless and I don't want anything bad to happen to her.
In fact, actually, you know, I think that's pretty much it right there. I know you never said anything like that, but that's the implication. Yeah, so Natsuki feels like she's being treated like some kind of charity case, and possibly like less than human in a way, which in a sense it's, I guess, kind of humiliating, frustrating, and just, it's a lot of things. Monika's words suddenly seem to click the pieces into... Monika's words seem to click the puzzle pieces in place in my mind. Yeah, they are too for me. It's like, hearing her say all this and then kind of making these connections is like, wow, it actually makes a whole lot of sense now. Now that I think about it, Natsuki's dad. She probably has a really bad perception of relationships, given that her dad, the one person who was supposed to care for her, turned out to be the most hurtful one of all. And if her dad is constantly making her feel weak, and then he's making her feel weak, then it's almost like, yeah, no wonder she doesn't want to put up with it anymore. Because she's had enough. Like, you're having two really important people in her life making her feel weak. So in that sense, it is almost like you are kind of taking away her dignity, her humanity, to some degree. Well, she probably hates being seen as weak by other people even more. Always being told that she needs to be protected isn't going to do anything but make her feel worse about herself. Thanks for talking to me about this, Monika. I think I actually get things now. More so than before, I mean. Yeah, I think I understand Natsuki's point of view a little bit better, too. Just a little. Glad I could help, Daniel. Honestly, it feels really nice to be able to help my club members. You're good at your job, Monika. It makes me feel better as club president. Speaking of club duties, did you look for me to talk about the club with? Monika turns to face me in surprise. Ugh, I knew it. It's at this moment I suddenly realize just how well her features glimmer in the moonlight. Damn it, stupid... It's like, I'm so flustered I can't even call her stupid sexy Monika right now. You know I'm flustered when I can't even tell stupid sexy Monika that she's stupid sexy Monika. Ugh, man, this really does make me wish that we could have had a route for her. And like I said to the developers, I'm not docking you guys or anything. I mean, life happens, and like, I know that very well. Losing my mom, losing my aunt, and all this other stuff that's kind of gotten in the way of stopping me from doing things I've wanted to do, but still, just the idea that we could have gotten this really cool route with her, and maybe get to learn more about her character, well, at least this Monika here, because we're only getting like bits and pieces of it. And I only feel like I know more about her only because I read those story notes to kind of help put, well, no pun intended, to put the puzzle pieces into place myself, but yeah, especially like the way he's kind of admiring her, it feels like, yeah, like we could have had a moment like this in a Monika route where it's like, maybe they're alone together in a park talking, and he could be there like admiring her as well, and maybe kind of, well, not to sound too cheesy, like he's falling for her and whatever, and well, you know what I mean. But back to the story. I'd always known just how attractive Monika is. Right now she's just so... she's like an angel or a mermaid. Especially if she were to let down her hair and put a hibiscus flower in her hair. Okay, well. She's the epitome of grace. It honestly makes me a little uncomfortable. We're not worthy! We're not worthy! We're not worthy! Oh, well. This isn't Wayne's World. I guess there's nothing else we talk about, huh? No.
She sighs, leaning deeper into the railing. Unless you're trying to flirt with me.
Daniel, do you know why I created the literature club?
Actually, no, I don't. Well, I mean, I thought it was to spread love of literature and things like that. But please, tell me. Because you didn't like the debate club? Well, she did say that she didn't like the major politics surrounding those clubs, but I have a feeling there's more to it than that.
No, I enjoy debating, but that's not it.
Okay. Make me look like an idiot.
I created the literature club to give people a safe place to do things. I created the literature club to give people a safe place to do something that interests them. To do something they actually care about. Something that makes them happy. The club isn't just there to give me an ego, or to give me full control of the club.
So in other words, everything that Natsuki said. None of that's true, but I mean, I think we all already knew that.
I never said that. No, you haven't, but sometimes I feel like I did it. I did do it all for myself.
Oh.
You, huh? I still run through the argument Natsuki and I had sometimes, thinking about what she said about me and what I had to say to her.
What you had to say to her but didn't, which was essentially the thing about her not having any friends and whatever.
To be honest, I know that I definitely had at least one ulterior motive when creating the club, though. I originally wanted the people who joined to have a place they could turn to and forget about their troubles for a little while. To give them solace and comfort for even just a small part of their day.
Oh, I think I get what you meant.
The need for a sanctuary applies to you too, right?
Oh.
You picked up on that, huh?
She looks down at the weeds below, a little pensive about a pensive expression on her face.
Do you want to talk about it?
Monika sighs again.
It looked like she might finally be on the verge of opening up.
Ugh, damn it, it hurts me that we could not have this in a true blue Monika round, and no pun intended again. Because I would have loved to see this.
That depends. Can you keep a secret?
Of course.
You answer that without thinking. How can I trust that?
Of course! Okay, well that doesn't help. She gives me a genuine smile. I think I understand what she means. I'll play along for now. If you tell me something you don't want anyone else to know, I'll make sure I never tell a single soul for as long as I live. Except for the guy who's playing God right now, and the people who are watching him on YouTube. But otherwise, no one else will know. Scout's honor. Like he's a scout.
You're not a scout.
You see? I don't know, it's like... Who knows, I guess maybe my jokes about how Monika and I... Well, like I said, we do kind of banter, and I can kind of... Well, especially here, it almost seems like we're kind of complimenting each other nicely, as weird as it sounds. I don't know. Maybe it's just all the time I've played Monika After Story. Or just my natural habit of sarcasm and wit. Those were big talents of mine. My mom could even tell you that herself. Doesn't mean I'm not honorable like one. I have no honor! Or well, yes he does. We laugh for a while, just enjoying each other's company. Finally she pauses, and the somber mood returns once again. Well, since you're sworn to secrecy... She takes a deep breath.
I'm pretty open about the fact that I have cram school right after the club, along with class rep duties and tennis practice before school, right? Okay, I knew about the cram school, but that was only from the notes, but I didn't know about the tennis practice. Geez, I never realized how much that was until you said it all like that. Yeah, you can see why I wanted a sanctuary from the busyness of life. But the thing is, my parents don't even know that I'm in the literature club right now.
Wow. Yeah, so I know I mentioned it in the other videos, but like her parents are kind of like the ones pushing her to be so damn perfect all the time. Which, I mean, I can understand to an extent, but at the same time, do you really want to force anything onto your child? Especially if it's going to cause them so much stress and possibly even ruin their health and well-being to some extent.
They still think I'm in the debate club.
What?
But don't they know all the stress from your extracurriculars is insane? I'm sure they do have some idea, but I think I'm more than capable of handling it.
Which is where they're wrong.
And I guess I'm used to it, but I've been getting more and more burnt out. So why don't you tell them and quit some of your activities?
Monika stares at me in disbelief.
Don't you say that to me ever again, Daniel. Are you kidding me? I can't just say that to my parents.
Yeah. Well, obviously I don't know them, but... man, like I said, I would have loved to see Monika's route, especially that way we could see all this in more detail, because... I mean, it's like, if I hadn't read those story notes, I probably would have been even more in the dark about this. Like, yeah, I'd be like, literally where MC is right now, like, what the hell? Why don't you just tell them, like, hey, this is literally taking a toll on me. I need some time for myself here. Can I please, like, lay off of something, please, anything? But from reading the notes, I know that she doesn't want to do that, and her parents would not approve of her doing that.
They pretty much demand nothing short of perfection. It's pretty terrible, but at the same time, I'm grateful that they provide so many opportunities for me. Like, not every parent would pay for tennis equipment and cram school. So I feel like I need to keep my grades and everything, because I owe them everything. Damn. Monika, I'm sorry you have to go through that. I'm not quite sure of what to say. Suffice it to say, this subject is beyond my pay grade. You could always try talking to a teacher about it. And what'll that do? Maybe. I don't know. More than ever, I'm glad Monika has the literature club to rely on. Man, so when she had to close it down, it's like, oh my god. I can see why the club means so much to you, though. It gives you a chance to unwind. So it literally was a sanctuary for her as well, and so then when she closed it down, it was like, oh my god. Yeah, there wasn't a club like it, so I needed to make one. That makes a lot of sense. Have you ever tried talking to your parents, though? Daniel, it's really hard to describe someone who has a loving and supportive mom. It's just really complicated. I know they probably want what's best for me. Even when it makes you this stressed? Yeah, it's like, to me that doesn't quite make as much sense to me. At least my mom would always kind of warn me about, like, having to deal with so much stress, especially because she knew that in reality I couldn't really deal with stress all that well.
In some ways, it's almost like I panic very easily when I'm under so much stress, and even now, it's like it's only gotten worse as an adult, having so much more responsibility thrusted onto me compared to when I was a high school student, or even a college student. It'll all work out in time. I can only hope you know what you're doing. Anyway, about the club. Let me guess. The club is getting too much for you to handle, and you're stressing over what would be a simple task. Something like that. You better not close it down, Monika. You better not. I don't want to have to see that again. I say that, but it's like, who knows, maybe Sayori and Yuri have similar events. Why don't you ask Sayori to take over? You know why I can't do that. She's a lot better than you give her credit for. That's not what I mean. It's more that she's not going to want the responsibility. She's got too much on her plate already, and I'd never want to put her through this. So what other choice do we have? Close the club? You shut your damn dirty mouth! Monika looks horrified at my suggestion. You see? Now look what you did. If she didn't hate you before, she probably does now for ever suggesting something so awful. Daniel! How could you even suggest that? You see? I'm telling you. How could you? But after a moment she sighs once again. Perhaps it isn't too far off from what she'd already thought of. No, don't do it. Well, what do you suggest? Well, here's an idea for you. Never, ever, ever suggest closing the club. Ever. It's not a problem that can be solved with just one solution, I feel. The club isn't the problem. I can handle the paperwork, but it's just... We've been getting nowhere in the past 6 months, if I'm honest. The club hasn't grown, but shrunk. We've been stagnating, Daniel. So then if you submit the paperwork, would they close the club down? Because it's like... Oh, well, this club isn't really, like, yeah, it's stagnating. It's really going nowhere, so there's no point to it. And with that, I can't help but feel alone. I know it sounds stupid because we're still meeting, but it's not the same. No, I can understand that feeling. What we need is new members, right? And hence we go again with the trying to recruit new members issue. I'll talk to my friends at school, see if any of them might be willing to join. Well, good luck with that one. And, just between you and me, I've asked for less hours. Don't tell Natsuki. I don't want her worrying about me. I'll be able to rejoin the club at the start of the new year, which is only a few weeks away. I'll do whatever I can to get our members up, alright? Monika looks at me up and down. Yes, it's me. It almost feels like she's sizing me up. Hey! Daniel, this isn't your problem or your fault. You do know that, right? Yes. But that doesn't mean I don't appreciate the help. Just keep this between us, alright? Like I said, I'm not going to tell a soul. And if he tells a soul, then, well, I can't do anything, actually. The worst thing I could do would be to delete the game, which, well, yeah, I don't want to delete the game. I did promise. You can trust me, Monika. You know, I'm really starting to believe that. Like I said, he may be stupid, but he's not dumb. And he has a heart of gold. He just has trouble thinking things through sometimes. Thanks for the talk. I do feel a lot better with that off my chest. And look how long I kept you. I'll have to get home before I get in too much trouble, too. Don't worry about it. I'm more than happy to help. Just remember what we talked about, alright? Natsuki's not wrong to feel the way she does. I know. I'm just hoping dang it.
I know, I'm just hoping I can fix things in the end. And with that, Monika waves, jogging down the path. Can I at least walk you home? I'm still remembering what you said about the people who lure women in with the sounds of the crying baby, and that's just my inner gentleman kicking in. Seriously, it's like, don't leave a woman to walk home by herself. What's wrong with you? Oh well. I start to head home before turning back for a moment. Monika, wait! Man, I can't help but grin a bit. Even Monika has her hang-ups, eh? You have no idea. Seriously, go read the notes. Like I said, well, at this point, I feel like I have to make a video with those notes. It's not gonna be... Well, I don't know what else I could how to make the video, but at the very least, I feel like the story about Monika's route, it's worth discussing, especially because I'm starting to see bits and pieces of it in this route here, and this is only just one of the 3 playable routes, so it's almost like, imagine I could probably learn, well, I could either learn more about this from the other 2 routes, or a little more of the same. Who knows? But, yeah, it seems like major props to the guys who did make this game. It's like they really did think these scenarios out pretty well, and it's like they all connect. And it's like, this is only from me having read one hypothetical route that almost could have existed, and playing through one of the 3 routes that do exist. Not that my opinion has lessened of her, of course. She's just more human than I ever realized. She's less of an idol. She's less of a goddess that you have to put on a pedestal. She's human, yes. She's just an ordinary girl at the end of the day. And damn it, it's like, this is what I was saying at the end of, or in my last Monika After Story video that I uploaded, episode 61. It's like, damn, how weird that these videos kind of overlap, you know? As I start to walk away, my phone goes off. Monika? Monika. Okay. What is wrong with me? Oh, don't worry, I'm just an idiot sometimes too. Thanks again. I really appreciated our talk, as unexpected as it was. Also, Sayori's planning a meeting. Sayori's planning a meetup at her place at the end of the week, if she hasn't told you already. Hope to see you there. Monika, stop seducing me. Heh, I'll be there for sure. That's when I can tell Natsuki about my plan for work, if this all goes well. Okay, well, that was a pretty big doozy of a video for me right there, so I guess I will call it there once I get a chance to jump in. Okay, and he's here like and I'm turning him into not Jay-Z. I'm turning him into LL Cool J. Okay, well, yes, so that's about it for now. So, much has happened, and we will see how this goes. Although, I think I'm starting to see how this is going to shape up into the neutral ending. But like I said, let's see how that goes. So, I will see you guys next time with whatever else I do. Stay golden, and later, folks.